Alrighty, welcome back to another live stream. Joel Strawn says right on. Tonight I'm going to go 10, 10, 10 on this route. So 10Ks road bike, 10Ks time trial bike, 10Ks on the mountain bike. And that should tick off just a little bit of that CeramicSpeed mission that kicked off yesterday. So we'll have a look at how it goes. Good evening, Pete M. How are we? So starting off with the road bike now, heading out through Titans Grove, and the route starts at the top. I've done some homework on this route, so we won't be caught out. Let's get it done. All up, it's going to be around 38 kilometers. We will be taking in the epic KOM and the kick up on that. So be prepared. Cold and windy here in Watopia. Well, there's people riding all over the course. Up there. There's been a few updates and updates and fixes and things released. Oh, there's been dropping from the sky. Okay, today's going to be interesting. So stages bike again, pushing it, I won't say to the limits, it'll be pushing me to the limits. So the route takes in this course, epic KOM with the radio tower, and then that should get us to 20 kilometers. And then I'll do the mountain bike descent to click up a 10K section of that for this mission. Good evening, cold and windy in Sydney, Australia's copping it. Jakarta. It's nice and warm there right now. Austria, Hans, how we doing? So I do have Von with me, but she's off on another ride and off camera. So we have the microphone aimed at me. We might bring Von in later on, but we can peek on her ride. Whew. Another late start of the day. Little Maxie's down to sleep. So now we can ride. Jess Cook, welcome along. Adrienne from the Netherlands. I have an aggregated chat, as you can see above me, coming in from Facebook, Twitch and YouTube. Nick Bensley right on. Nick Bensley did 4 ascents of Alp to Zwift today. Having a quick look at the data. Looks like the first lap was at 3:25. Second lap was around 2:70, 2:50, then 2:25 I think he did. That's a fair chunk of steady state efforts. I'm good, Hans. I'm very good. I like to be getting these rides earlier in the day, but we can't get that done. Flynn, you're in the middle of an Uber pretzel. Nice one. My pattern at the moment is one long hard ride, then a day off. And then another long hard ride, then a day off. Which is probably not the best training. I need to be more consistent. But we are ticking through the badges. If you want to join me on the descent party, we'll be at the Epic KOM. Give me about 40 minutes. But we come down the back side of the Epic KOM, or Murder Zwift, is it? I'm not quite sure what the hill is. But there are some ups, so you can't get the full descent party like we do on the Alp. Oh, here we go. Adrian, yes, any meters climbed during a workout, group ride, anything, as long as it will count towards your Tron bike, as long as you have the Everest Challenge selected. And you're good to go. Craigie, next route after this I'm not sure, I just select them at random based on what time I have, how far I want to ride, and what testing I need to get done. So no schedule, I'm sorry. If the world returns back to normal Sunday soon, we should get a stream schedule happening. Or if clubs comes out for Zwift, we'll put the pressure on them to get a Gplama club. That way we can have everyone as a member and do member-only rides. So they'll pop up on your calendar. You can send out a note and everything. Maloko, how are we? So while we're warming up here, because this route hasn't even started yet, let's have a peek. She's on the bike next to me, but she said nothing on the camera yet, just riding with the girls. So she's off camera. We still have the twin screens. So there's Von's ride. A group ride's monetized. That's a good idea. These videos on YouTube will be. So if you're paying YouTube Premium, you won't see the ads, but if you're just viewing as a normal viewer, he may be pumped with a few ads. But group rides to enter, if I was to do them, I don't think so. In regards to Zwift group rides, though, in general, no. There's no pay to play on Zwift. And that's for all the events. The only thing that will restrict you from doing an event is invite only, which is usually for the pros. What bike am I on today? Well, in the Lama Lab here, it's the Stages bike. And in game, I'm on the Cervelo with the CeramicSpeed OSPW, which I had a bit of a chat about the response to that video. So you can see there the OSPW on the back of the bike. On Duro's Mechanical. It seemed to trigger quite a lot of people. Yeah, it's... So, background is, for what I talk about, what I present, the data that I look at, I've got to see, touch, feel it myself to know are the claims real. I haven't got that data from CeramicSpeed. So, in the video, I've seen their claims, of course, we all have. In the video, I made sure I mentioned that it is claimed that CeramicSpeed state that. And people still triggered on it. People still triggered on the me getting hated on or reamed on or... However, I played none of that at all. And the answer is there if the target's going to be turned around for me, because as you saw in the video, the prizes, the unlocks, whatever. It's a challenge to accept and get done. That's what it was all about. And I wanted to see how much faster in-game the bikes were. Something I can test easily. Well, once everything's set up, it's easy. So, I did that. Still triggered a few people. But I spent probably an hour to 2 hours after that video went out replying to everyone who may have misinterpreted the video. The bat that I played, the game that I played, and it was just straight bad stuff, so... It wasn't an endorsement. But what I did show was the obvious question people ask. How much faster in-game? I presented the answer. So there we are. And the chat is... The comments are relatively polite. As with anything on the internet, there's always give or take. There's always up and down. If you know what I'm saying. And I do have quite a big block list where people will be, what I call, screaming into the pillow. People are on... they're on mute. They can talk to themselves. They can comment themselves. No worries. No one's going to see it. And anybody who goes on that list can email me to get off that list if they find out. So easy as that. Straight back show. No BS. So that's a bit of background of that one. But it's funny, I do a video on here's how to do a group ride with a heap of cool functionality. Here's how it's going to help you have a more positive experience on Zwift. And the views are about this big. I do a little video on OSPW. Everybody views. There will be a downhill party today at the top of the Epic KOM. We'll be up there in still about 40 minutes. How do I put the graphic in workout in a normal ride? Kazza HQ, G on the keyboard. On Mac and PC, we'll do that. On touchscreen devices or Apple TV, or touchscreen, touch near the bottom of the screen somewhere. It'll prop up a little bar like that, and then you can scroll across to that there, the little graph. Enter on that, we'll turn it on and off. That's on touchscreen, same with Apple TV. So that's how to get the workout graph or the effort graph on in a free ride. Good question though. No video yet about how to get the mobile or the live stream. Coming soon. Alright, now officially the route starts now. Only 10 minutes in. Gplama. So what else happened today? The Australian National Road Series, our national cycling body, ran their first round on Zwift. Men's and women's events. And I've got to say, they went very, very well. We're used to seeing live streams of races and it's a little bit confusing about who's where and things, and that still happens. The leaderboards on the side here are a little bit weird, but if you focus on the distance of the riders rather than who's on the list, and they'll be sorted by position, but you'll see lapped riders above the lead rider. It's kind of weird. If you look at the distance, you can usually see who's in the front group. And the results were up within a few minutes, which is a lot better than a few days or weeks. So really good racing. Really good racing. Caesar, easy answer to that one. I haven't done any Summerfest streams. I'm on Zwift all the time. How can you see which route you've selected in-game? You can't. You just have to select the route. And away you go. And make sure you don't turn any corners, so no arrow keys tonight. Any rumours or things about new tracks or courses on Zwift? No, I don't do rumours or leaks or anything like that. That's no good for anyone. As soon as I hear and I can talk, you'll find out about it straight away. It's clickbait gold, but it's also got to have integrity of where I get the information from. Else, it ends up with letters from lawyers saying take this content down. So, again, more straight back content. I understand what YouTube wants and I understand how YouTube works, but I'm not here for the short term. Okay, dinosaurs. A little bit of group going here. Feel free to join me anytime. I'm on the Watopia world. Ride with. Should pop up. And if we're lucky, we'll have a chat to Von when she's done. Von is here with me. She's doing her own ride at the moment. Is it cold in Australia now? Yes. But only in the parts of Australia where the unfortunate live, which is us. Zwift bait. It's a never-ending pit if you go to the clickbait side of things. And that leads to mistrust. If we're putting out content that either didn't eventuate or is obvious clickbait, yeah. Not in Perth, mate. I love Perth. We know this. Perth is the same latitude. I got it, longitude, latitude. I get them mixed up. As about Newcastle, I think. Mate 4 golf mint. Grab the helmet up the Zwift. It's a good helmet. It's not what you want though, is it? Alrighty. Tunes time for me. You guys have some set of tunes, I have another set of tunes because of YouTube law. Now here's an interesting one. When we were in, actually, chat group, here we go. Garmisch. Am I pronouncing that right? Garmisch? In southern Germany? Let me know, give me a yay or a nay on that. Somebody from Germany is obviously watching. We stayed at a little hotel. Now playing an awesome radio station. And it ended up being Rocky FM. And ever since then, I've been live streaming Rocky FM. So it's on TuneIn Radio. I can't play it here on the channel, obviously. Sorry if I've missed your question. I'll get back to the questions in just a moment. It's not a pro tick next to my name. No, it's a verified tick. So it's really me. Somebody can't come and impersonate me. Not even GP Sheepy can come in and impersonate Gplama. That GP Sheepy, he's trouble. Rocky FM. Rocky FM, today's best rock. There we go. Sun 41. Neil's not sure about the broadcast. Sorry. It is peak Netflix and not quite chilled time yet here. So yeah, 7:30 on a Saturday night. Ingress server up in Sydney looks okay. Could be the international link. I'm looking at the health of the stream here on OBS. Looks okay. Feel free to switch over to Twitch. There we go, Rocky FM. Awesome. I think it's just 80s rock, which appeals to me. Could be some 90s in there too. I am on the Sage's bike, yes! Trying to break it. Trying to break it. I think it's about 5 or 6 hours I'm on the bike now. The Wahoo climb and Zwift steering, I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so. I got the pronunciation right. Thank you. Something else to get taken to task for a bit. My pronunciation, but I put my hand up and say I murder languages, including English. The same as in this jersey here, or the one in game. Let me know. This jersey here is Body Talk out of Australia. In games, level 42 unlocked. There we go. Yeah, level 42. Airborne Bone Shaker. Rocky FM's coming up with the goods. Yes, Stage's bike, and that does remind me I need to put in the stream here somewhere what I am up to. Sorry, and what trainer I'm on. I'm toast, and I'm only 9k's in. We'll get there. We'll get there. Mike, I'm not sure on the helmets. I always thought the helmets in Zwift did make you a little faster, but I'm not quite sure. Do we need another Lama Lab test? The one the other night was perfect. So the CeramicSpeed jockey wheel test, the consistency across a 40-second segment versus a 9-minute segment, 0.311% on both. It was perfect. And so it should be. It's a completely controlled and computed environment. So it just worked out so well. I like that. All right, so what I'm going to do tonight, 10Ks on this road bike, 10Ks on the Team T bike, 10Ks on the mountain bike. Just chipping away at the monthly, I keep calling it a challenge, but it's a mission. Good evening, Sweden. Good morning. Good afternoon. Absolute 80s from the UK. Here we go. Now we're talking. You won't believe this. The ad that's come up on, I couldn't show it, it disappeared. On Rocky FM was Lion King. Okay, I've got to swap bikes now. If anyone's riding with, I'm going to swap bikes to the TT bike because I've got 10Ks ticked off on this bike now. I need another 10Ks on the TT bike, and by the time I get to the top, I should be on the mountain bike, the slowest bike of the lot, to do the descent on. So to pull up fast, we click A on the keyboard, pulls up nice and quick. I'm using FVC tonight. Over to T to change the frame. What we jump on, let's go A. Just a racing shift. This one here. We better put some decent wheels on it too. It's pretty much my race setup. Oh, that's the non-UCI lethal shift though. Close enough. Okay, 10Ks on the TT bike for the challenge. M. Davis, welcome along. Well, let's go. Oh, you won't get any draft off me too. Sorry, because I've just swapped bikes. I'm not going too hard tonight. Riding and chatting, I can talk the leg off a horse. It's not a learned skill. It's just what I do. I could talk about this stuff all day long. Funny story, racing Tour of Bright one year. And, REM. Chatting. Tour of Bright one year, we're near the top. You know, the top of Mount Hotham, 30-kilometre climb with some ups and downs near the top. So we're coming past near Diamantina or somewhere, probably 5K to go. Having a chat to a few guys, and someone's turned to the small bunch we're in, probably about 8 guys in the front. Turn and just give me an absolute spray. If you can effing talk, you can effing go harder than. And he's abusing me because I'm not going hard enough. Thank you, sir. I attacked. I could have gone harder. He was right. So, well past the Meg. Well past the Meg. It was funny move. I was having a chat to a good mate. Now asking how's he feeling? Can I, do we have any team tactics we can figure out for the end here? It's always a bit of a home state versus interstate riders at Tour of Bright. And, so and you'll find that at any pinch. Someone will always be chatty, even at a high heart rate. All right, back to the questions. Stuttering of my avatar. Oh. PDM, jump over to Twitch. Just need to isolate YouTube out of that. Collabs with other YouTubers. To be honest, they don't really work. They don't really work. Because we spend so much time promoting ourselves. Sometimes there can be clashes there. Not saying there is, but it's just a weird... Yeah, sometimes... So you don't see a lot of collabs happening. It's all about hit like, hit subscribe to my channel. That's how things keep ticking along. Rise Japan, let's do it, mate. And the time delay for voice is really hard to bring other people in. Where are you, mate? Rise of Japan, there's no drafting for me, but I'm not going to. I'll be on the mountain bike at 20 kilometers, which no doubt is the steepest part of the epic KOM. Do I eat and drink before these long rides? Yeah. This time of night I do, 7:55 PM. I'll usually have a light dinner. Never too far. Nope, cliff bars that don't work too well in the green screen. Odd question, do I follow any English football team? No. No, grew up with AFL. Not soccer. Or rugby or NRL or anything like that. Alrighty. Staffordshire or Staffordshire? Let's go with Staffordshire. I sound very posh saying that. I'm from the colonies, I'll murder these mistakes. Time hasn't even started. Good ride the other night. Was most of this route before Von joined me. Von joined for the descent party. But it was a good equaliser because I smashed myself for 45 minutes. Then Von joined and we're at a good equal level. Staffordshire, as in what they do to a sheep. Shear, okay. I can do that. There's lots of sheep around here. I'm assuming there's lots of sheep there too. Shout out to anybody from New Zealand. Probably a bit late there. Experiencing any problems after the new update, mate? I've said it before in another place, but I think the Zwift devs were busier than a kangaroo at a trampoline factory trying to fix all those bugs. They really screwed the pooch. Not literally. The pooch being Bluetooth and Atlas and people's speeds and everything. Something happened. There was a change to the core product. And I think that's going to be probably a big no-no from now on. During this time anyway. There were updates pushed out for watching from New Zealand. G'day, Chris. We love your Prime Minister too. Mac and PC can be pushed out like that. The updates, iOS, and I think Apple TV have to go through Apple's certification or some sort of process there. So they take a little longer to fix. Apple TV has been fixed or patched today. Vonnie's next to me writing. And we did a manual update on hers just before. Is train difficulty missing from the menu? Good question. No, I do need to check that. Let's have a look. No, we're good. Cool. No, I don't work at Zwift. Right on. Okay. If your smart trainer isn't paired as a controllable, that slider won't be there. It could be something else though. And here's the... Jerry, no issues with the kicker bike. A few creeps early on. I had one of the earlier models. So the probably wasn't lubed in the right spots. Bit of WD-40 silicone spray. Von's on it right next to me right now. She's off camera though, doing her own ride. Other than that, I can't get the bike back. Von has it set up and he's always on it. I've been asking Von to jump on the channel and do her take on the kicker bike long term. So I'll see if I can convince her to do that. In more of a casual chat. I won't get her to dive into the power comparisons or anything. It's a bit of a nerd fest. They're not bugs, they're just features. I like that. Would be nice if the companion app had badges and challenges in this here section. Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about that. If anybody caught the NRS races here this morning from Australia, good streams, good coverage, and good racing to watch. And the results are fast. And that's key. We're so used to seeing cycling on television, we want results instantly. We want to know who's won the battle. And they were up pretty quick, which was good to see. Lama inside drive, indeed. Question for Von from the female perspective. Von's on mic at the moment, so I can't get her reply yet. She has her headphones on, rocking out too. HDR barbecue, probably not. Oh. The new Zwift tour, no, Nick, not on the cards. I have a massive backlog of stuff to get through. And if I don't keep churning through it, I won't get it done. ETA and the descent party. 25 minutes? Yeah. I'll go with that. Now you're with me now. Took some catching. Sorry. Oh, there we are. So all up, we need to do this climb, hang a left onto the radio tower, back down under the tunnels, and then to the top or the center of Titan's Grove again. Let's have a sneak peek at what Vaughn's up to. He's not on camera, but we'll have it on screen. There we go. So Vaughn's doing a group meetup. And a few of the girls there with her in green there are doing workouts within that meetup. But they all have to keep together on. So Vaughn's just about to hit the top. We may be able to have this on screen. There we go. Go, Vaughn. Well, it'll be a PB for her regardless. She hasn't set one up there for over 30 days. Kick the blind. Oh, that's actually with a keep together ride too, so the time will be all dependent on everybody in the group. Upcoming rocket plates, no, Bob. Not unless something changes a lot with the motion. Whether they, rather than doing this, maybe they start doing this. See, is that comes on camera, right? Yeah, they make rocket plates a bit like slopper plates. They just slop like that. If they were to be more of a pendulum, that could be a game changer. Don't know how that would work. Zwift family package, I think it's been asked quite a lot. They've always been hesitant to do anything on that. Kids under 16 are free. So I think that's as good as you're going to get to a family package. Evening, Ben. All of the above, Tim. Electrolytes and a bit of water. And if I'm feeling horrible, a Cliff Bar. So one of my bottles here, actually it's got dual drink bottle holders on the Stages bike. That's mix. Other one's water. He's 17. Well, time to get a job and pay for that sub. The Newbury Velo TT. I heard they're popular. They were oversubscribed on Zwift the other day. I think 500 votes. I think. Brits love their time trials. Level 50 is the highest you can go on Zwift at this point in time, yes. Once you reach that, you'll still continue to accumulate XP points. And once they push those beyond level 50, you're still rewarded in some way. It's longer than I thought. Yeah. What is the chat about making fast kilometers and level ups by starting from the road to Alpha Zwift? You're making a U-turn. Quite sure about that. You can level up fast by joining someone up the top. and riding down for free. I mean, there's ways to cheat the system, but you want to cheat it within the bounds that you're allowed to. '59th time up the Alp. Wow. Angela from New Zealand, welcome along. All right, in another 5Ks, I'm switching over to the mountain bike. So that would have been 10Ks on the road bike, 10Ks on the time trial bike, 10Ks on the mountain bike. That's what I'm hoping to get out of tonight's ride, to just move the needle a little bit on this month's mission, and also tick off this route page tonight. It's easy to look at the what's from. Way too easy. Here we go, we're back in. Do you have the lightweights after 59 times? That'd be brutal. Good morning, Robert. Victoria's lockdown. I haven't kept up with the news, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't think it's been relaxed anyway yet. The route, Muir and the mountain. Which means the radio tower in a few minutes. Yeah. Oh, Aerosmith. Next song, please. See if Von wants to jump on the live stream later on. She may not, she's pretty toast. I see a few other people are starting to use the latest ride-on script. That's pretty cool. There's an updated version somebody has made that I've yet to get to, which hopefully will be a little bit better with a refresh. You can see it's a bit slow. It doesn't capture everyone at the moment. Rocky FM, ROCKY space FM. TT bike on a climb, I don't think they're really that great. I think they're a little heavier, or less aero, or... Hang on, that doesn't work. No, they're more aero. So then technically they'll be heavier in-game. I know they are slower. Did some tests way early on, I think the first time trial bike came out. That video may still be up. So it was road bike versus TT. I think it was a breakdown of every section on Watopia Hilly. Okay, Ian Mills. The option you want to do is turn off the workout pain effect for the screen getting fuzzy during workouts. I think it's a horrible idea because it causes people to say, what's wrong with my computer? When in fact they're trying to simulate the pain effect. You've already got it. You don't need to double it. So I campaigned for a while and got nothing done. Someone higher up must have complained and got it fixed, or toggled on and off. IQ cubed power meter. No, I haven't even got the IQ squared yet either. Keen on the IQ cubed though. Maybe they will exist. Oh, yeah. April 1st, you're looking for new graphics. Yeah, Jason, the same. I think I even put in my video about that. You feel sorry for anyone working for Zwift support. He's going to get non-stop queries. You can't trick people with the core experience. I mean, if everybody's on a big wheel or an old bike or something, a Halloween costume, sure. But when you just screw with something just a little bit, that's dangerous territory. Don't know who signed off on that. Wouldn't have been me. How's the giant power meter now? Would he stick with your quark? Nothing changes in regards to those power meters. It's a fundamental problem with the crank itself. Maybe not the electronics, maybe not the radios, maybe not the anything else, but you can't measure power on a banana. They all bend a little differently. And unfortunately, the Shimano crank right side's a banana. What do I think about the main mission, the new derailleur? I don't really care for the new derailleur. I can test it though, just what I did yesterday. Or the prizes or the kit unlock. But what I do like is the incentive. Those little progress bars. For something to aim at. Whole shot, I'll be on here through till 36, maybe 40 kilometers. I still need some testing with the emoji UTF-8, yeah. Sure, they are in the file, but as OBS only reads UTF-8, we won't have extended characters for emoji. TT bike in real life on a budget. Actually, if you type that into Google, you may find an old article online on exactly that. Just Gplama TT bike budget or TT road bike. There was a rule for our club racing tours for 1 or 2 years where they wouldn't let us ride time trial bikes. It was too unfair, so the story goes. So they made us ride road bikes in time trial stages. But there are a number of ways you can trick up a road bike to be almost as quick, as long as you get the same rider position. And the effect of that is that it makes things less fair than if everybody was on TT bikes. Because those with the know-how and the kit could go pretty damn fast on a road bike versus someone who just didn't even put on clip-on bars. So anyway, long story short. Yeah, Gplama time trial road bike or something. It'll be on my old blogspot page. Alrighty. Next big thing for Zwift, if I knew, I'd buy shares in it. Or I'd make content on it. Clubs, I think. Clubs has to be their number one priority. Right now, every single cycling club in the world, including Australia's national cycling body, are running official races on Zwift. Well, they're sanctioned races. Everybody wants to be on Zwift. Everybody wants their own club rides and races and to be in control of those. So the club functionality needs to be rolled out as soon as possible. And when that happens, every cycling club becomes the marketing and acquisition arm because they just want to get people online and racing with them. That could be the next big thing. We see them talking about boost mode and rowing, and I don't know why. Well, there'll be more clubs. Luke, the way I see what clubs could be is my local club, Ballarat, could have the club president assigned as the admin, And then he can spin up an event Wednesday night, Ballarat Crits. And only Ballarat riders can race it. Or we can have an invitational. And then when we race, bang, there's going to be results on screen without having to go to a third-party service or tell people to do this and that. We can send out a link rather than having to invite people along. It's just a no-brainer to get that out. I think what's going to happen though is we'll soon be able to go back outside and there's going to be less and less people on Zwift. They might roll out clubs, everyone's like, well, we're racing on the road now, we don't need that. But right now everyone needs it. Demand is just crazy. Our thoughts on Ruby? Ruby doesn't have drafting. I have a problem with pro teams racing bunch rides, as we're seeing, with no drafting. That's a time trial. Other than that, it's interesting tech, but they need drafting. If it's going to be called a bunch ride, at a minimum. At 20 kilometers, I'll be swapping to the mountain bike. Tax Neo bike or stages. If you've got a tax one on order, you'll enjoy the tax bike, I'm sure. It's fine that the levers need redesigning on the tax bike. Just takes a little bit to get used to. Triathlon Australia now partner with Zwift. Yep, cool. But they still have to partner with Zwift to do that. If they had clubs, they could simply spin up a club, Triathlon Australia, invite their members along, and do all that themselves, plus the promo. There's a lot of overhead. And we do see companies and other groups going to other platforms because they want more control. So I think clubs needs to be just nothing else. Nothing else rolled out, just clubs. There we go, BSCC rated the race series that I competed in this morning. Yeah, because you have to piggyback on other events to get decent results listed. Matt King, I'm on the Shiv. The UCI legal Shiv. And in one kilometre from now, I'll be on the mountain bike. And Jason, that's exactly what we were discussing a little while ago, I think in another live stream. Once you know the people in your bunch, there's going to be more legit racing. If you're a local D grade rider who's just hovering in D grade and is happy to be there, starts winning A grade races online, you're gonna know. So I think it'll settle down the whole dispute of cheating and arguments and everything like that. Now there's an interesting topic. Lionel Sanders this week put out a video showing he used 3 power meters to verify his numbers. I also saw that in the triathlon racing, or the Ironman racing that they had on Zwift the other day, round 2, the winner's power was 25% lower, and across the board everyone's power was lower. Because I think they all got caught in. You're going to cheat on Zwift, or you're going to fudge the numbers, you're going to be pretty damn quick. So the second race looks a little bit more legit from the spreadsheet that I saw. Back to Lionel. Echoing what a number of us have been saying for years and years and years and years and years. Power meters can be inaccurate. How do you know if they're accurate? Well, you need another power meter. How do you know if either of those two are accurate? Well, you need another power meter. 3 power meters. And the core issue is that power meter companies and training companies self-certify. Whilst a watt is a watt, and talk is talk, self-certification doesn't work a lot of the time. So that's the problem that I said. Lionel was calling for all pro athletes to ride 3 power meters. Not feasible. Contractually, they couldn't. Cost-wise, probably not. I could reel off about 40 reasons why they can't do that. But the problem is, why don't we have accurate power meters that are not self-certified, they're industry certified? And I don't think there's anybody that has enough interest in having that funded. I don't think anyone exists yet. The UCI, if they're going to be handing out rainbows both triathlon, Ironman, and depending at World Championships. Pretty much want to be sure independently that the results are the results. If not, you're opening yourself up to a whole world of pain in the future if previous results and previous equipment has proven to be incorrect or wrong. David, power meters should be measured against themselves, and if you make X watts on a meter, make X plus 1 watts next time. That is perfect in a vacuum. In complete isolation, I agree, that's fine. And they're a good training tool for that. Today it says 5 chickens. Tomorrow you get 5.5 chickens. Great. You got a chicken meter. But nothing's in isolation anymore. On Zwift, on Strava, anywhere like that, your results can impact a race results, drafting effects. You can have a negative impact on others. So it's, yeah, in isolation, that's fine. My analogy is if you build a house on a set of plans with a ruler or a tape measure that's 10% too large, as long as you use that one tape measure on that one house for the entire thing, your house will work. The door frames will be fine, windows will shut, everything's perfect. Because it's in isolation. If you introduce something else externally, a door from another house or another tape measure, you are screwed. And that's what happens if you've got a power meter that doesn't read correctly. You have another power meter or another bike, you're screwed. You compare yourself to other people, you're screwed again. It's too much pain. Too much pain. I'll be about 10 minutes off the descent if you want to join. You want to join on stream? Cool. You give me 10 minutes. Okay, so Fawn will be joining us in 10 minutes. She's just finished her ride next to me now. New route. Fawn got a new route badge. Oh, okay, we've got to get ours now. Fawn will probably join us for the next one. But not to rant on too much about that, but there's got to be a standards industry, but there's no one going to fund that. It's all private enterprise at the moment. Everybody's an island. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. If they need reference material, I've got a whole 3.5 years of power analysis videos up. Oh, thank you, Change Bike. Thank you. This is going to be painful. Sure, this will be better up the it's now mountain. You'll need to turn that music off or we'll get done for copyright. Thank you. Hang on one sec. There we go. I had to get the colours just right. You can have my headphones if you like one. Alrighty, 10, 10, 10. So another 10Ks on this to tick off some more. How's my difficulty set up? Yes, it is. It's 100. But I do have some decent gearing. I've put the mountain bike gearing on the Stages bike. When's SRM Island going to sink? Neil, I guess we see how their pedals go, their mountain bike pedals. I don't see SRMs on anybody's bikes recently. Should be around for a while yet. They have the name, and that is gold. You and me both, Andrew. I think people are more interested in the IQ squared story than the power meter because the power meter is nothing special. There's already power meters out there that do exactly the same and more. Come on, stop ignoring the mountain bike. No! Double down. Alright. Slogfest. My imitators elbows. Dual-sided for $2.99. What? IQ squared? I wouldn't be claiming not bad if we haven't seen them. But I've been proven wrong now. They've had millions invested in them. Wasn't by me. Temperature in Ballarat, I'm not sure. Yesterday was a top of 7.8 Celsius. We don't talk about the weather in Ballarat. We complain about it. Alright, descent party in about 5 minutes. So everyone, if you select Muir in the mountain and enjoyed with me when I'm at the top.
I've just changed to the mountain.
Actually, you changed to the mountain bike, that way you can tick off that easier. Four eyes left only. No problems. 4 eyes on a non-Shimano dual-sided, fine. I personally can't use any Shimano-based dual-sided for testing up the power meters against all trainers. So that's my test. If I can't use them to test other meters, they're not worth anything to me. Oh yeah, the CeramicSpeed's on this one. And that dude's bike. Stages, nice one. Greaves, good job. Oh, that guy's got a deck of cards as a cassette. Woof. Ceramic on Buffalo, no. There. It's not on any of the single speed bikes. Jalal, the zoom mode just won't change anymore. If you get to the maximum gradient, it just stays there. The game can keep ticking up. And in-game you'll go slower because there are two realities for virtual cycling. You have in-game and in-person. So your little avatar dude will go slower the steeper it gets. But you on a trainer, it's maxed out, you won't feel any difference. Oof. Zwift on Xbox PS5 would be awesome, it would. I don't think it'll happen though. It's too niche, exactly, yep. You're trying to certify peripherals, such as smart trainers or anything. People are calling for wired smart trainers for accuracy and speed of things. The entire tech world is getting away from wired, so wired's going to be niche. If wired trainers do come out, you're not going to be able to plug it into any phone, any Apple TV. It'll be a niche. Why doesn't Zwift hold your PBs for any more than 30 days? Zwift have been reluctant to do any kind of long-term tracking of fitness. They're a virtual world platform, not really an analysis platform. They've nearly set themselves up for historical analysis. Strava's always filled that hole from day one, and I'm surprised they haven't done that. Trainer Road, a few years back, implemented that very well. I'm just surprised they haven't done it. These days it's all about keeping people in the same ecosystem, keeping them signing up for the sub. YouTube, again, to keeping people watching the platform. If you watch YouTube videos, you'll notice there's more ads in 10-minute videos or beyond. YouTube reward people who make videos that are over 10 minutes because they can put mid-roll ads in to keep you on the platform. A lot of my shorter videos just get chucked away by the algorithm because they can't put any more ads in them. So it's about keeping people locked in. Coming up after the break, TV stations have done it for years. Race combination, Tron bike, no question. Darkest which route badges I have. I log into the game and then I check them off on a spreadsheet. A very, very manual way of doing that. Wow, I've just summoned Siri. Sorry. How's my fitness developing? Fitness in my mouth, being a donut and being more coffee than ever before. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to chill here for a little bit. If anybody wants to join me for the downhill party, you will need some kind of oomph device to move yourself a little further on those ups. If Von's about to join me, we shall have a break and get stuck into it. Hey, Von!
Hi.
Yeah, that microphone's number 8. There we go.
Hello.
Welcome along, Von. Let me get you on screen here.
Hello.
That's one of Maxie's songs. Welcome along, Von.
Songs.
Hang on, I'm going to have to go to every screen here to get you on. Because I've locked you off every screen.
Thank you very much for my privacy.
There we go. For Lama, for Von. Yeah. We're back. Okay.
Both of us?
That's that one. I'm just going to go through all my screens here. Luke Smith, you're in the HDR kit, rock and roll, ready for the descent party?
Yes.
Let's get it done.
Let me give you a ride on.
And twin screens, twinning. Here we go. We're back. Welcome along. Welcome, Mrs. Lama. Good ride. So Von's quit out of the game and come back. That's why her K's a little longer. Yeah, that was easier. No, the climb was easier because I have mountain bike gearing on this stage's bike at the moment. I think I have a 34. Ali Mac, welcome along. Are you joining us for the party? It's just about to take off. I think I have a... I can't remember the virtual gearing. I have the beta app to set the gearing on this. Ratings just gone up 100%. Hell yeah. Okay, subscribe to this channel for to support Von for more videos
that I can do.
And Von wants to, and if people want to know about Von's take on the stages, the kicker bike that she's always on, subscribe to this channel now. Links below. All right.
Get rid of me, really.
No, Von's
sorry.
Awesome.
All right, here's our peeps. You can see them all.
What TT bike? Any TT bike with a disc, you should be good to go.
Crips.
You can only do one badge at a time. How do you join us, Graham? If you register load Zwift right now and you're a friend of mine or you've added me as a friend in game and you select Watopia, I will be near the top of the list and you can select Ride With. Woo! See, this is how we get the 40Ks done on the mountain bike.
This is awesome.
Now I'm hoping it accumulates not just for one ride on one, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I need it to do 10Ks on one bike.
Oh,
I hope they split.
Oh yeah.
Split the ride because I've done 3 different bike rides.
Have you already been on the TT bike?
Yes. So I started off on the roadie.
Yep.
And then got the TT bike, and I almost forgot to change to this. So thanks to chat for reminding me to jump on this bike.
I thought you were going to change it for the descent only.
Well, 20Ks. I'm on a 10-10-10, and this is about 30Ks. It might be actually after the bottom of the after 30Ks. I'm going to switch to a road bike because this thing's going to be way too slow.
Road bike it at the end.
Yeah, we're going to road bike at the end. Off. There we go. It splits. Thank you. Oh, how was with that? Way.
There's guys all over the screen.
Everyone's on the descent party. Let's do it. Free Ks. I will be heading up to Zwift sometime soon. So watch the again. If you subscribe to the channel, you know when I go live. So I'll do to Zwift, and we'll do another descent party down there.
Everyone wave. Who's on the descent party? Use the wave emoji.
Yes, Dom. I wedge my brake pads so I don't accidentally grab the brakes. The best part about we're cruising. Do we both have downhill drive on? No, the kicker bike has downhill drive. The stages bike, I'm not sure. Okay, we need a bit of oomph now.
Coming up to the first.
Yeah, the first little bit. Quick, get a draft, everyone. All right. 91 k's now in the mountain bike.
Nice.
It's not aero. Vaughn's putting down the power yet. The mountain bike doesn't have a super tuck, does it? No. So have you seen me?
Yeah, no.
In the Oak Route, we did the race down here, and I showed people how to really smash through the bunches on this descent, and that is all about absolutely smoking these climbs just here. Because everyone usually just pedals up them slowly. I'm not going to do it now. But if you want to make up a minute, you absolutely smash this little hill here. And you will come, so you watch Vaughn. If Vaughn does it, Vaughn will come flying past. So typically if you're just riding along, just ticking along. So you watch this. Vaughn will come shooting past. And here we are, just ticking along. Right, Vaughn. Oh, you didn't. It just didn't get the right timing. However, you've made up an absolute bucket load of places. Oh, okay, it was a timing thing. If you had to get pushing just over the top there for another 10 seconds, easy for me to say than for you to do, obviously. You get the slingshot over there. Oh, you're V-Everesting. Good luck with that. That is tough work. See, Cav V-Everested yesterday. Somebody's comment on Andy Van Bergen's post on that was, that's one lost sprinter. I had to have a laugh at that. Tom, if you want to ride along, you need to have me as a friend on Zwift or as a follow on Zwift. And then once you load Zwift on whatever you just hit ride with, you get a bit of a slingshot, and away you go, you'll be riding with me. We're almost at the bottom of this hill though. So cheers for everybody who joined along for the 4Ks. I'll always give a shout out where I can if I'm at the top of a hill. Whoa! These are a bit jittery there. What's that shot? Right. This is lower than the tick. Nah. You haven't got ticks, Vaughn. Only I have ticks.
What's the tick mean?
Verified rider.
Oh,
I think
no.
they dish them out pretty easily. I think a lot of VRS, no, some VRS, NRS riders.
I'm verified human though.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who have them that I don't know who they are even. I guess a lot of people say that about me too. That's okay.
There's 100,000 people who know who you are though.
113. Actually, really about 114. I was going to do a campaign to get me over the 113,000 mark. It's a bit of an unlucky number. Hey, Badger. So I was going to jump on and do a bit of a live stream until we got over the 214,000. We're almost there, I think. It's not too far off. If you're not subscribed, do hit subscribe to the channel. 329 people over on YouTube. 14 on Facebook. We have 58 over on Twitch. I am a Twitch partniliate. I don't know what they call them. I went through some sort of process of verifying who I was with Twitch, and they wanted all my tax information or whatever. It was kind of weird. I didn't make any changes though to my account. I don't know. I'm not a Twitcher, but I do love the platform because it looks so damn good. If you want to see the difference, if you're on YouTube, but just quickly tab over to Twitch. It looks so much better. The way they handle the stream is always better. Alright, right on everyone.
How do you get found on Twitch?
Gplama.
Okay. Where is our swap over point for bikes?
Hey, vegan zombie. 20 kilometers for me. Sorry, 30 kilometers for me. Oh, actually, or 10 for you. Do you want to do 10 for you? I'm happy to wait to do 10 for you.
It's fine. I don't mind. Just
Okay.
whatever works for you.
Twitches, there we go. You know where it's at. Now, I'll always push people towards YouTube because that's where the ads are, and that's what keeps the things ticking along and lets me keep doing what I'm doing. That's over on YouTube. But Twitch is just... it looks so much better. Same stream too, so it's one single stream to an Ingress server up in Sydney. And then that then sends out to all the platforms. People can cheer, which is Twitch's version of donating. Okay. Is it 1 cent at a time though? Like it's going to take me a couple of lifetimes to be able to earn a coffee from that. Twitch doesn't lag. Yeah, I think they just grabbed the stream and just broadcasted that. It's beautiful. Bodyguards, that's what they're called. We have a bikie gang.
Are you Whitney Houston?
I am. Who's Kevin Costner? Who's playing Kevin Costner in this bunch? We're just going to slow down for Von. Von's just coming off the bridge there.
Stop to change bike over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. Okay, so I'll be changing over to a roadie. Oh, hang on. I was a little further down the track, though.
What's that? 30 something?
I was at 20.8, I think it was.
Okay.
Before, so we'll go
Extra 100
a
meters.
little bit further.
800.
Yeah, so it's 1 cent. They don't pay you out until you've gained 100 USD worth. So with the Amazon affiliate stuff, if I've ever got a link to any product or anything that I have in a video, I put an Amazon link, as everyone does. They still send paper checks to Australia, which costs me $25 to cash and takes 3 weeks to clear. It's technology. Amazon and technology. You'd think they'd be on it. Gplama Protection Army. With the drafting army in a minute, we'll get back on some road bikes. Alright, probably here at the bottom of this. What's up, Vom?
Let's go do it now. I can switch to any road bike, is that right?
Yeah. I believe any road bike still works for the CeramicSpeed mission. People were saying they were riding the Tron and still getting the accumulated points, which is kind of funny. If I was working for CeramicSpeed, I'd be like, hang on, in the contract, people are getting our mission without getting a prize to win without even riding our stuff. 100 meters more. Sorry, everybody riding with me. I'll catch up with you in a second.
There you go.
Alrighty, cool. Right, I'm going to switch over to a roadie now. A to pull the brakes on. T. Frame. Let's go.
What kind of bling are you going to run?
My road bike outdoors. It's not quite the same, but it's close enough. Let's get some... Oh, yeah, they're better. I'm old school. I like the 404 is much better. Alright, we're good. We're on.
You're in the tunnel. Porky Pig's on. He's done 50.4 kilometers.
Nice one.
I don't endorse funny names on Zwift. Even though
There's Porky. It's up Porky Pig, right? Alright, we can see Von. Yeah, where are we? Where's the... I'll go phone focus. Here we go. So I can see Von. So that's how I'm keeping track of Von there. So Von, as a friend of mine, I can see her avatar. Whose avatar still shows a mountain bike? Darren, I'm on the Stages bike. Von is on the Kicker bike. Because we haven't moved them. we keep leaving them set up. And that's one of the bonuses of having the dedicated bike. I'm not taking wheels off or swapping cassettes over or anything. They're just here. You throw a leg over, or in this case, through, and you're good to go.
So many bunches on tonight.
Oh, there's thousands. It's Saturday morning in the UK.
Saturday night. Yeah.
Yes, I'll take it over 105. Why not? Yes. Depends. If you mean it's not going to be a winner or a loss in a race, but it's just nice to have nice equipment. CeramicSpeed sent me the derailleur, the rear derailleur, to see if I can, just to do some practical testing on it. And I wanted the most efficient drivetrain possible. Now, don't trip me up on this. I play a straight bat, if you saw the comments yesterday on that video. I want to ensure that when I test a power meter and a trainer, there is as least loss as possible. So I do straight chain lines, clean chains, clean cassettes. And why not one of those things? If they're going to send me one, I'll use it. And can I see any difference? So I've got plans to put it on the bike, put it off the bike, try different trainers, see if I can see the numbers independently of what they've claimed. If you watch the channel, you know I don't say, oh, this company said this, go out and buy it. It's not how it works here. If I can see a few watt savings, and I put it off the bike, take it off the bike, and I put it back on, and I can continually see that consistency of savings. That's what I want to see. I've just got to get around to doing it. It's currently off the bike at the moment, hence why I was holding it up in the video yesterday. It's a fidget spinner. How far is the route? It's 33 k's, but it starts 4 k's in, so I think we've got another 6 k's to go. Budget Zwift setup video. I have a few of those. One from a few years back. But things have changed. If you look at Gplama simple Zwift setups, I'd recommend something like a mid-range trainer, like a Kicker Core, maybe a Suto or a Diretto, and an Apple TV. Use Bluetooth, no messing about with Ant Plus anymore. You really don't need that. How you doing, Von? I'll go easy up here. I don't believe there's any double XP. Don't believe there's double XP for the tour. So you got 10 Ks on. So you've done more Ks than me tonight, haven't you? A lot more.
Started much earlier than you.
This is Von's second ride.
The volcano climb route tonight.
No Ant Plus needed for Mac. It should work Bluetooth. Should work for Bluetooth. If it saves 1 watt from 200 watts average, it's going to be hard to separate actual savings from noise margin of error. Absolutely.
So does your ride finish at the Gplama?
No, top of the centre of the Titans Grove. So we'll go to the top of the centre of Titans Grove. Does that make any sense? We'll go down Titans Grove and maybe turn a left into the desert because there's some downhill there. So I'm talking 3 Ks, which means there's just more Ks to tick up on the road bike. Tobin, the CeramicSpeed numbers that they quote is it 6 watts at 250 watts? And what triggered my interest is there's a large section of the Lama Lab test protocol that's at 250 watts, and 6 watts is enough to be detected. So we'll see. We shall see. I don't think my TCR fits 28 mils. The front may. Yeah, the cough BS. Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people were in the comments of my video yesterday going hard at, but I'm like, I use the word claimed, I use the word they say. People get it. But, and someone really triggered on a commercial entity being in Zwift, but if you look at it, I think there's around 50 plus commercial.
God, it's jerseys.
What's Rafa playing Zwift? Like, at the moment is, shit, can I go get food for the day? Are my grandparents going to die? They're the issues that I think we need to worry about.
Alright, I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, Woody, look, and I'm with you on it's snake oil because we've only seen their data. But what happens if someone was to come along independent of them and prove that it did have those savings? We can call it snake oil, but in the way that we don't have proof of their numbers independently, we don't have proof that it's not. So, I think let's just say in the world of the CeramicSpeed world, those savings are there. And people then have the ability to measure that. Everyone's going to be like, oh shit, I was wrong. Okay. And then they go hard on how much it costs. Fine, there's no question about how much it costs. Go hard on that. But
everything can be cheaper.
What we need to prove though, that it really doesn't make any difference. So, straight bat stuff here, we'll see.
Is that a cricket term?
It actually, does everybody know, I mean most people are watching from the UK. Straight bat, come on.
Now we're turning right here.
It's not my choice, it's the route's choice. It's a magical mystery tour of possibly turning right. There we go.
Sure that we end up in the same place.
Dorito X. There's no Flux 2T, there's a Flux 2. The Flux units, I have a Flux 2 ready to unbox, which is said to be a little heavy, but the Flux design, me and the Flux go a little, we have history. I didn't break my third one.
Oh, yes, here we are.
Your Apple TV never looks as smooth as this. Okay, here's Von's full Apple TV.
Yeah.
That's Apple TV 4K. That's looking pretty good. And the line you're seeing here, there,
That's Shane.
is my lighting not set up correctly. We have 2 green screens and there's a bit of a shadow there, so that's not the Apple TV. And here's mine. Chalk and cheese. Shadows are the biggest one.
Yeah, good point. The on-screen reality between the two of us is opposites.
What do you mean by that? Where we are sitting on...
Yeah, here on a mountain bike on my screen, but
they still haven't fixed...
I can understand why though.
And again, on Lionel's video regarding his results, where it was a dead heat, but he was claiming to be put in second place, or he was put in second place. If you look at my positioning, so Von, go to camera number...
Camera numbers.
Yeah, I can do it with your remote, then I'll do it, don't worry.
Okay.
Let me get this right. So that's 4. I have control. Okay, here's us side by side. Now, if you were doing photo finishes, who wins the race?
Nah.
Well, I do.
Between you
But we
and
should,
Grumman?
because every world is individually computed and is a little different. Oh,
It's very difficult to see the
see,
coincidences.
you're ahead of me now. You're ahead of me now. So they're completely different. So, whose reality is correct? And whose reality is, well, you can see I'm on a mountain bike. There's a problem. So that's a concern that I have. You can see that that's in real time, both systems. From back it looks okay, from side we can be it's a whole different kettle of fish. So, sorry to shoot the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy, but
See all different coloured pulley wheels out there though.
until we know how that's computed for a race side of things, and I said this on Lionel's video, there needs to be transparency on how that's calculated. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Exactly. That is exactly what is happening. And that's the hard part about why virtual reality stuff. This is any platform. That's not just a Zwift issue. That's in every platform. Remembering Roofy doesn't even have drafting. There's that small elephant in the room for their pro races. How do you verify that? Who is the... who's the judge? How is that vetted? I think indoor cycling needs to turn to something like indoor or e-motorsports, because they're obviously won or lost by very small margins with some kind of validation process. The process lag between the clients and servers, everything's processed locally, but just synced up via the server. There's no peer-to-peer that I know of, so Von, who's just next to me, is likely talking to a server that's on the other side of the world, and I'm the same. Luck is the judge, exactly. The same can be said about power meters. Plus or minus 1%, which is as accurate as you're going to get with a power meter on the bike at the moment. That means plus or minus 1%, what, day to day? It's a lottery. It becomes a lottery. In real life, there's no such thing as a lottery like that. You have luck, you have skill, but you don't have that kind of dice rolling. So it's good to see Lionel talking about these kind of issues, which is going to open up the bigger conversation that we've been having for years. But now it kind of matters. For us, for me it mattered. There's power meters that I can't use because I can't trust them. There's numbers I can't compare against because I can't trust it. But now for people getting World Championship bands or National Championship stripes, these are the things we have to look into. Multiplayer online games use some sort of client Oh, client prediction, there we go. Yep, interpolation. Somebody did comment on one of my videos today about that the only thing that matters is effort and time. Focus on the individual. But in a game like this, you've got A to B, but you are impacted by many other third parties. For example, someone just dropped in front of me there. I'm now getting a small amount of draft. That puts me a little bit ahead. But if Vaughn didn't get that drop in on her client for that small millisecond that was needed, there's your race won or lost. Possibly a world championship, possibly a career-changing result. And I think that's what it comes down to. People are like, oh, it's only a computer game. Jeez, I'm on a good rant now. And it is only just a computer game. But now it's on a stage where it matters. If someone wins a world championship and it is ratified and vetted and all that, that's a career changer. Sponsorships, endorsement, money's involved. And as soon as money's involved, the game changes. On Apple TV, is there a power estimation mode? You can use Z Power on Apple TV. You'll need a speed sensor and a compatible trainer. I keep going through the Zwift rules and regs for esports, but the last one that I saw from the UCI was 2 or 3 pages and just opened your interpretation of pretty much, you go and certify it yourself. And that's self-certification. So, it's hard. It's cool though that, like, we've got to keep talking about this because nothing will get done. It'll be accepted about where it is. And we've had these talks, didn't we? 3 years ago, Llama drives. Roll back to any of those when we're talking about Las Vegas. And it's maybe not at this level of detail, but if we're not having these conversations today, the problem's not going to be solved tomorrow. And it opens up a lot of snark from traditionalists as well. So we can just try and push it in the right direction. All right, here we go. So we'll get this climb done, which will get the badge, huzzah. And then we'll go over the top, hang a left, into the desert flats, and we go.
So, are we switching bikes again?
No, no. Oh,
Mountain bike cars?
no, it'll be too slow. Because it's rolling hills, it's not really downhill. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. I'll go and do an Alp de Zwift in the next few days, and we'll get to the top, and we'll all switch to mountain bikes for the free Ks. That's legit. Who's going on about this topic? I give a damn. I could say other colourful words off stream, but I give a damn. It matters. There's always going to be a crowd. It's like virtual sports. Who cares? Sure, but we can't give them any fodder to say virtual sports. They don't count because of all these reasons. Let's try and address some of those reasons. All right, Stage's bike. It's going well.
Yeah. I'm pretty impressed by it.
That's my pedals squeaking.
Anyone can do it.
I haven't moved any of the setup, so the setup that you saw is what I'm still riding hours and hours later. Zwift themselves could certify specific trainers, yes, but we know that Zwift is a software company. They are masking or acting, I don't want to say anything that's nasty, as an entertainment company now. And I think that's why we've seen a lag in the engagement for esports, because Zwift are a software house. You have to engage other skill sets to be an entertainment company, to put on what people want to see as entertainment. Let's see how GCN go with the broadcast. But getting them to certify hardware, they'd probably need an independent body for that. But against what? We need some... There are Zwift certified trainers to purchase, but nobody really knows what that criteria is. I think it's just sim mode, erg mode, amp plus Bluetooth. That's it. And a maximum grade of whatever percent. And a spec sheet, power accuracy of plus or minus whatever. That's not certification. That's build spec. I don't know. Ready? Wrap badge. Can we do it? Hey, there we go.
Congratulations.
That's what we do when we do our home. Oh. 38.8, so that was with the lead in. There we go. Okay, so small downhill party. How far are you off on? Oh, you're...
A minute. So, do your own thing.
Yeah, I was going to keep rolling. The very second we start requiring expensive trainers, Zwift will lose all customers with budget setups and speed sensors. Yeah, they'll never ever shut out Z-Power riders. I think because Zwift is a platform for fitness primarily, the esports and racing and legitimate side of that is so niche that it really doesn't matter. Sorry if anyone's really into that, it really doesn't matter. It's about these 10,000 people out here on course now who aren't racing versus probably the couple of hundred who are. So they'll never shut anything out. Whether you'll be certified or not in a race or allowed to enter a race, that's their call. There's no easy way to fix that. But another rabbit hole to go down in regards to all of this, and I've discussed it, I think, the other day, and somebody brought the question up on Zwift Riders and was laughed out of Zwift Riders, I think, which was pretty poor to see. It is Zwift Riders, 56, 57,000 people, it's going to happen. Can we name any other sport where people physically compete head-to-head, physically, but in separate locations? I can't think of any. At the same time, as well. That is a physical endeavour. Virtual rowing, maybe? But any other physical sports, everybody is usually in the same location. The Olympics are held at the same location. Basketball is held team on team in the same location. Are there any... Like, there's no darts? Okay, that's actually a very interesting one. Is darts held in separate geographical locations? Concept 2 rowing. Yeah, rowing's the only one I can think of. Darts I'd call more of a technical sport than a physical. Sorry, darts people. CrossFit? There we go. That could be close. Okay, here's the big one, CrossFit. And here's where I'm heading with my discussion on this, which is well down the rabbit hole, but hey, we're an hour 30 into a stream. Okay, you've got a CrossFit event. One is at 2,000 meters elevation, one is at sea level. And those CrossFit people, to race each other, have to pick up a 100-kilo ball and run.
50 kilo. 20 kilo.
100 kilo, why not? It's a strongman competition. We're going fantasy at the moment. At 2,000 meters elevation, that ball doesn't weigh 100 kilos. It's not an even competition. They'll also be sucking in different oxygen levels. That aside, the ball weighs not 100 kilos. So do they... Competitive eating. I'm truly offended.
Just this sausage eating competition.
It just... Von's talking about certifying sausages. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a competition. I don't want to have different foods going on here.
I'm offended Fortnite's not a physical sport. But back to the 100-kilo ball, you'd have to offset that, the weight of that ball, if you're going to have a head-to-head competition in different physical locations. Because it's not even, because the ball weighs differently. Elevation. So, back to Zwift. Isn't Dowsett at 2,000 metres? He's close too. So, how do you equalise that? So his weight change, it'll be less than 1%, but it's still there though. And races are won or lost by a lot less than 1%, which is what it comes down to. So, how do you account for that? Or not at all. Now, a lot of people laughed the person out of Zwift riders by saying, oh, they choose to be at elevation, who cares, haha. But then for Dowsett to equalise and to normalise the competition, he has to actually travel down to sea level. So then, it's not a true sport that can be done anywhere because there's environmental factors. If you throw a javelin, and I may have mentioned this before, it's my javelin theory. If you have a javelin competition, somebody at sea level throws the javelin, and then someone at altitude throws the javelin. Identical force, identical angle, identical wind conditions, identical everything. Can a physicist please answer the question on whose javelin goes further? I'm guessing sea level, as there's more. I'm guessing sea level because it has more flight time. But I'm not an aerodynamicist. But that's what it comes down to with racing as well. Is there an offset for altitude? See, now we're way down the rabbit hole of who won. Tour de France, sprint stage, your bike is across the line first or not. There's no question about it. Your density of air, exactly. So if your power meter goes flat in the Tour de France, it doesn't matter. If your power meter goes flat, or you have a 1 packet or 2 packet dropout, and how your program handles that dropout over ANT Plus via versus Bluetooth, if it holds the watts versus drops the watts, guess what?
There's a question in the stream as to why I changed my bike again. It's because I'm undertaking the CeramicSpeed challenge.
You have a monthly challenge, yep.
It's a new one where it counts how many Ks you do on different bikes. So for downhills, I'm doing mountain bike.
Drag goes, yeah, but good answer. I don't actually know the answer on the javelin one. I thought maybe that the CDA of a javelin was so small anyway that it was more of it had air to float across rather than pierce through the air with drag. If that makes sense. But either way, it might go further. People do the hour record at altitude for that reason. They can cut through the air quicker. Dinosaur. Grr.
It's actually surprised me.
Hanging left up here, anybody in the crew? Javelins aren't great wings or planes, yeah. They must be a little bit. Doesn't the ball travel further at Denver? Sure. So with the NFL, Scott, you couldn't have two teams competing. Oh, this is okay. Bear with me with the reality that doesn't exist. Two teams competing against each other head-to-head at separate locations. Think of virtually or something or other, or with robots or something. But so one team throws the ball, and it always goes further. Virtual air density simulator. There we go. The science quizmaster. Oh, sorry everybody if you went right. Thanks for the ride. We're finishing up shortly. But these are the questions that need to be answered, or if not put into policy. Maybe I don't know. Dowser gets to go faster. Yeah. I think it was, there is a known calculation about oxygen profile, VO2, every 500 meters or every 300 meters was a few percent or something lower. There's something about that, but in the Tour de France, it doesn't matter. Or in a hilly race, everyone, again, it's a level playing field because everybody is at the same location. But yeah, TLDR, virtual racing in different locations will never be completely equal. Well, absolute watts it will be, but it's another variable. Variables are bad. He loses 14% at 2,000 meters. Yeah, that'd be about right. Have I thought about racing NRS? No. I've done a number of stages of the NRS if they had a time trial in them. We're up against a few of the NRS riders. That was National Tour of Geelong. We did the time trial there. There was 160 people at the Tour of Geelong time trial stage? It used to be a big one.
Fun.
We could enter as individuals and do the TT though, which was handy. Yeah, Jordan is an athlete. Last couple of episodes have dragged out a little bit, but it's still a good watch. Got a couple to go, so we'll go off and knock those off and maybe another bowl of ice cream. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming along. It's another route badge, and that's another 10Ks or more actually to that challenge. I'll promise to do an Alta Zwift in the next couple of days. I haven't taken the stages bike up Alta Zwift, so we'll go do that. We'll do a descent party, and then we can do a descent on the mountain bike. And the reason why I'm doing the descents on the mountain bike because it's bloody slow, so we want to get that 40Ks ticked off as quick as possible for that progress bar. All right. Anyway, have a great day. If you're where the day is, have a great night. If you're where the night is, and hopefully it warms up here a bit because we just kicked in a little early, but. And hopefully we can get outside and ride soon. We've got some power meters to test. All right. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you soon.